All right, doing my best to make a low budget video here. It's tough because I've been streaming on other channels like almost every night, and so it's hard to make videos on my own channel. Anyway, here's a video. No, it's not a drama. It's just based off of I don't know, people talking to each other at Twitter. But I want to just talk about this concept here. It's fascinating to me how many people out there claim they want to be writers but don't want to pitch stuff to write. So don't want to and don't are two different things. And it's interesting to me because this is very different than how indie comics in my world, in my perspective over the past 4 years, have worked. Um, so I want to talk about that. Before we do, though, Clint Stoker's Dracula, 17,706. We had a nice boost yesterday and today. It's been climbing. So we passed 17K yesterday. Today, very doable to pass 18K. And if we do, we'll get everyone a sticker. 18K is the next stretch goal. If you haven't backed it, please consider doing so. We put a lot of time and effort into this. The book's beautiful. I think you're going to really, really enjoy the story. And yeah, fun times. All right. So this is the message, not the messenger. Don't worry so much about that. Let me get down here. So pitching versus they don't want to pitch. This isn't in reference to me not getting pitches from writers, by the way, but the sheer number of writers who literally just want to talk about writing without doing it. The nice thing is with a pitch, in theory, you don't expend as much energy. I don't know what the term is, but like the least viable effort, something like that. You can spend a little bit of energy developing an idea, and you want to see how it hits somebody, and so that's what a pitch is for. It makes sense that in the mainstream comic book industry, they're going to be listening to a pitch because they're financing the thing. In the world of independent comics, a pitch is something very different. A pitch is something you pitch to your readership. Or maybe, let's say you want to pitch a concept to Alterna Comics, for example, because you want to get it published there, or any other small publisher. Most of the time, you're actually accompanying your pitch with already written, already drawn pages, colored, lettered, all that jazz. You have content that presumably you paid for, you financed, and you can pitch the story there. The problem with this format of pitching that they encourage here in the mainstream comic book industry is that it's a totally different skill set, but it also doesn't, like, if you think about it for a minute, if I were to pitch you the concept of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, maybe you would like the concept, maybe. But I would argue that what sells the concept are the visuals and actually seeing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, having pages sells it. So how many possibly great ideas have been squashed by editors because it doesn't sound good in that kind of format? There are a number of others too. I once heard that Brandon Sanderson had a bet with one of his writing friends that they could come up with the worst concept for Brandon Sanderson to write, and he would have to execute it because the discussion was, is it the idea that is important or good, that makes a concept or a story great, or is it the execution of that idea? And in that bet, I think the concept was like Pokemon meets the Roman Legion or something like that. Like it was some intentionally weird, strange idea. And then he wrote it, and it ended up being a huge success. I don't know what book it was. Maybe it wasn't even Brandon Sanderson. I don't know. That's just a story I heard. But it's the same concept here. If you're pitching an idea, does that mean you can execute an idea? If you tell me that you're gonna have, I don't know, writer I love, Frank Miller from 1988, writing a story about anything, I don't care what the pitch is, I would want to read it. Absolutely, I would want to read it. So I don't know, execution versus whatever else. Um, let's see what people are talking about their pitches. yada yada. So is this encouraging more people to pitch? I don't know. Maybe, but maybe part of the problem is you want to keep your ideas to yourself because you could pitch it to a company and they're just going to take it and leave you on the sidewalk. This is why I love just doing it myself. Complete independence. That is freedom. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on pitches and all that jazz. If you haven't backed Dracula, please do so. And I'm going to be not streaming tonight, so I'm going to actually make a video. I'll be streaming Thursday night. Thanks so much. See you in the next video.